After a stellar first year for the Switch, Nintendo pumped the brakes a bit in 2018, but this year, their hybrid was firing on all cylinders once again. Though 2019 started off a little slow for the Switch, as we entered the second half of the year, Nintendo started pumping out one excellent exclusive after another. And now that the year is coming to an end, Switch owners could not be happier with the games that they've been treated to in recent months. Of all the games that came out for the Switch this year, we've managed to narrow things down to what we felt like were 5 of our favorites, which we'll be talking about here before picking what we felt was the best of the best in that group. So, without further ado, let's get started. A quick note, the nominees and winner were decided by an internal vote held among the entire GamingBolt staff. The nominees: Pokémon Sword and Shield. While there are many who would argue that Game Freak haven't done nearly as much as they could have with the series' first ever mainline console outing, one fact that's hard to deny is that after all is said and done, Sword and Shield are still charming, addicting games. The strength of the formula that the series established over 2 decades ago shines bright, even today. On top of that, there are numerous additions and changes to speak of as well, such as the wild area, the excellent Galar region, numerous quality of life improvements, and the incredible spin Sword and Shield put on Pokemon gyms. Though Sword and Shield could have and should have been much more, what they are now is still pretty darn great. Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 is a game that is oozing with the sort of creativity and charm you'd only associate with a Nintendo product. The core formula of the first 2 games is still as fun as ever, but Luigi's Mansion 3 adds in new elements and mechanics that are used in constantly ingenious and varied ways to not only improve combat, but also in things such as exploration and puzzle solving. Each floor of the Haunted Hotel is bursting with creativity, each coming with a look, atmosphere, and central gimmick of its own, to the point where some of these ideas could have been used to build an entire game around. Add to all of this the fact that Luigi's Mansion 3 is probably the best looking Switch game to date, and you can't help but marvel at the incredible work done by developers Next Level Games here. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. The Game Boy's quirky little Zelda offshoot, Link's Awakening, might not have been the most epic or grand adventure Link has ever gone on, but it holds a very special place in the hearts of series fans, many of whom consider it to be one of the best Zelda games, if not the best. Remaking such a classic comes with a certain burden of responsibility, but Grezzo and Nintendo shouldered that responsibility expertly with this Switch remake. Link's Awakening on the Switch is a very, very faithful recreation, which means that everything we all remembered and loved in the original is still here. Better yet, it's all polished, thanks to a number of much-needed quality of life improvements. But this remake's biggest achievement is its spectacular visuals, which not only boast a beautiful and adorable art style, but also serve as the perfect foil for the whimsy and quirkiness that Link's Awakening is so well known for. Astral Chain. Platinum Games and Nintendo have been a fearsome combo in the past, and when Astral Chain, a brand new IP from Platinum Games made in collaboration with Nintendo, was announced, there was an expectation that they would deliver an unforgettable experience yet again. That expectation was duly rewarded, and then some, with a game that has one of the most unique action systems around, as well as a post-apocalyptic story that feels right at home with the best of Japanese manga and anime. Astral Chain is a bold departure for Nintendo and Platinum alike from what they have traditionally been most comfortable with, but at the same time, it never fails to deliver the kind of top-notch mechanical finesse we have come to expect from these 2 beloved developers. Super Mario Maker 2. Since the moment the Switch was first unveiled, we've all been waiting for Nintendo to announce a Super Mario Maker port or sequel for the system. We finally got the latter this year, and it was, as we all expected, glorious. Just like its predecessor, Super Mario Maker is an accessible and incredibly addictive experience that allows you to create the Mario levels of your dreams, and do it with the most effortless and organic way possible. Playing around and experimenting within the purposeful limitations of Super Mario Maker 2's robust set of creation tools is made even more entertaining than it was in its predecessor, thanks to new tools and mechanics to play around with. On top of that, the game even offers a meaty, full-fledged single-player campaign full of excellently designed levels, while there's also an enjoyable multiplayer experience to be had for those looking for one. Super Mario Maker 2 is packed, consistently entertaining, and holds the promise of limitless fun. Put that on a game's box and it's sure to sell millions. Winner. Astral Chain. When they're at their best, Platinum Games are probably one of the most talented studios in the industry, and with Astral Chain, they were certainly at their best. with slick and fast-paced action, as well as an incredible sense of style. It's got all of the hallmark trappings you'd expect to see in a Platinum game, but it goes above and beyond to excel in other areas as well. Its story is surprisingly engaging, its world and setting unexpectedly dense, and all of it serves as an excellent backdrop for an exciting romp that ranks as one of Platinum's very best games to date. Astral Chain is yet another game that showcases the incredible development this studio has at its disposal, and yet more evidence that Platinum and Nintendo's fruitful relationship is capable of spawning some truly dazzling and memorable experiences. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from GamingBolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.